And, you know, they don't see the struggles. They don't see the ins and outs. They just see that finished page where it's like, wow, this person can do it. But it just makes it seem too easy, which can, you know, it can be hard. It can be hard on the other side.
Exactly. You know? Exactly. In which we're going to get into all of that. So let's get started so we can learn. Thank you so much for joining Stain Beauty Empire TV today, Haley. I'm so happy to have you. For all of our viewers, Haley Litzinger.
Yeah, Litzinger. It's Adams now, but I usually use Litzinger because it's just a little, it's not as simplistic. It's not like
it has a flair. Yes, I love it. So owner of Haley Litzinger Beauty she has been a makeup artist out of our very own Ohio. And we'll learn a little bit more about, you know, what area or whatsoever for over 15 years.
Yeah.
From my research. So tell us a little bit about what makes you unique as a makeup artist. What are the different styles, techniques that you specialize in? Is it just natural makeup, or what are some of the things that you do?
Well, I do love all makeup, but going into makeup, I was purely focused on the artistry, like only painting the canvas. And then as I got more into it, I found that I really loved skincare. So all the science behind it, like the ingredients, how they benefit the skin. So my specialty is really working with all different ages. I love all different skin types, all different skin colors, all different ages. You know, you're used to seeing like the models on Instagram and it's like, wow, that makeup's gorgeous. Of course, it's gorgeous. So, you know, putting it on someone that might have a dark circle concern and concealing. So I love addressing concerns, all ages, you know, refining jawlines, chiseling features, doing whatever the client, you know, whatever their concern is, and just kind of addressing that. That's my fave.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think that's something that we have in common. I like that chiseled look too.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a favorite. Tell us a little bit about your business. So I know that, of course, we've already talked about the fact that you're a makeup artist. Tell us a little bit, you know, more about what makes you unique as an artist, maybe even about the importance of the service, even in our area, from your perspective.
I do a lot of brides. I do all different kinds of events. But I feel like a lot of people really need help with their lifestyle. Like, what is going to be a good routine for me to do every day? Because here I'm going to a store and they're telling me to do this, 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 and this, and it just gets to be overwhelming. So my specialty is really reading into who are you, what is your lifestyle, and how can I help you to create a routine and to create something that's beautiful every day. So that's my fave thing to do. Like I do have a service where I'll go in and I'll pull everything out of their cabinets, all the stuff, and figure out. I actually just did it today. My mother-in-law came over. She brought a bag of stuff, skincare, makeup, and then I'll take out and I'll categorize. You know, this is cleanse, this is treat, this is moisturize, this is this. Put it in order and say, okay, this person only wants a 3-minute step at night because they only wash their face at night. So then I'll put together their routine and find out the missing holes of what they need to put in there, because maybe they have things that are great, but they're not using them because it's just too much. It's like, I'm going to do all or nothing. It's nothing.
Wow, so, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's a good thing to do.
That's a first of me hearing, you know, about anybody doing that as a makeup artist. So that's pretty amazing. And
hey, thanks.
Put time and effort into that. That shows you love what you do.
I do. I love my people. I think that's really what it is. I love my clients and they're good people.
That's awesome. I definitely see that there's, I could only imagine how much you've grown as a makeup artist over the years and how that has helped you to expand your business, because 15 years is a long time.
It's a little while.
Yeah.
It's a little while.
That's amazing. Has beauty always been something that you wanted to get into what kind of inspired you to take the leap and go after establishing, you know, being in the beauty industry?
So I've always been interested in the beauty industry and establishing my business. It kind of just built itself over time. So I just kind of said yes when somebody said, "Hey, can you do my makeup?" "Hey, I've got a friend." "Hey." So then I just said yes. And it just started to build and build. And then I just started thinking of more services and fun things to do. Um, I just like to see people happy, and it's a good business to be in when you want to see people in a really happy mood. It's not like an emotional toll. You know, some people come home from work and it's like, "Oh, I can't breathe, you know. I don't know why I have anxiety." And it's like, "Well, you're in an emotional situation, and these are happy emotions." So,
Yes.
business built itself, and it's because you just it's kind of magnetizing, you know, with the people.
I'm all about that. All about that, Haley. I love to hear it.
Thanks.
When you first started out, was there a school or a mentor that you kind of had that taught you?
So I did know how to do makeup before schooling. And I think that's just from, you know, where I worked. So that was a little later in my career that I went to school, and I learned through my jobs. That's really what it was. So my first job doing makeup was for the Haunted Schoolhouse and Laboratory. I don't know if you're familiar.
Yeah, no. I'm
I
actually, is that a Cleveland?
it's an Akron. It's a haunted house. It's
Okay, because
scary.
I'm actually not from here. I'm from Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of places that I'm not really familiar with. So that's no, I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, it's your classic haunted house, but you know,
Okay.
I loved special effects makeup. That was my first thing that I was really into. Ugh. Oh, really into is like making masks and that kind of thing. So I have an art background. So I learned airbrushing there, and I was pretty young. So it was one of my first jobs, and I did the electric chair man. I had to do Dracula, and then I had some skeleton guy. So I airbrushed that character.
Okay.
Um, the most experience I had with skincare and makeup was definitely working for Sephora. So I know it's like everybody that wants to get into makeup are like, "Oh, I want to work for Sephora."
Yeah.
It's a good move. It's definitely a good move. Um, Tons of training. It was beautiful training. Of course, that was a really long time ago. That was like 2003 that I started there. From there, I became a business manager for Trish McAvoy Cosmetics. More training. You know, just working with people is the best way to go to just start out. I was promoted to be an international artist for her, so I get to travel a little bit here and there, you know, London, and super fun. Lots of good training, lots of different personalities that you work with. So I think that was super important. And my most recent job before working for myself was again with Sephora. I got a call from Sephora asking if I'd interview to be an education manager. So I just went to 10 different stores and taught. So I think, you know, things build over time, but
Amazing.
I did go to school, so I totally left that out. But I mean, it's like being a writer. It's like you go to school to be a writer, but weren't you already a writer? You know what I mean?
Right, right.
You went there, you already had that vision, you already had that like finesse, but you're just honing in when you go to school. So I did go to Brown Aveda Institute. I already was doing makeup at that time, you know, I already had some experience. And then you know, I did go to Kent State, and I for my bachelor's degree in fine art, and majored in drawing. And then I did take a couple makeup classes for special effects because I just loved it. So it's just more practice and honing in. But schooling, I feel like there's a lot of pressure thinking like, "Oh, if I go to school, I'm going to learn all this stuff." And you can learn it so easily, just YouTube, Instagram, you know, whatever you're looking at, and just practicing and finding your clients and having a job in it. School, like, I I don't want to diss it. I'm just saying, don't pressure yourself. It's not going to just make you this amazing artist when, you know, other things can too.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why I'm happy to hear that, you kind of went down a different route, because there aren't a lot of schools to even learn how to do makeup. So
Yeah.
people want to know, how they can do what you're doing or what I'm doing, or,
Yeah.
so very, very, very good information. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for that. Um,
Sure.
and both of you and I know that as beauty experts, being in the industry has its highs and lows, and we constantly have to work at it. And being in the industry for 15 years, I'm sure that you have seen a lot of highs and a lot of lows. You might have started
Mm,
off slowly and then picked up and then and then slowed back down. So
yeah.
what motivates you to, on a daily basis, to keep pushing and keep growing your artistry in your business, to be able to say, to this day, I'm still a makeup artist and I still do this?
Yeah. I'd say there's definitely pressure to learn new techniques, and you almost feel like you should change, but like what looks good on somebody looked good on somebody 20 years ago if you're just dealing with bone structure and making like lights look light and lows look low and that kind of thing. So motivating me, I guess I like to keep a work-life balance, and I'm not motivated every day. And I think that's a lot of things that, people don't talk about how they were not motivated every day.
Exactly.
Sometimes you just reach this time when you're like, I gotta clean my house. I gotta take care of my kids. It's difficult. So I guess to motivate myself, I find a place that feels creative again. And I think, okay, if I were single, I didn't have any kids, what would I be doing to feel creative? Because you have to pull your energy away from all the things that pull at you all the time. Otherwise, you start to lose your voice. You start to lose the motivation and the excitement. And here I've got like a almost 3 month old and a toddler, and I have to keep doing that. Like if I didn't have a husband, I'm not pretending that I don't have a family, because I love my family. But if I really thought about what I would do if I were just single and alone and like excited about art, I would go to an art show. I would go have a glass of wine. I'd go to a coffee shop and read a book about art, or, get into that world, and that affects everything. So it makes you feel like being more creative with makeup. It makes you feel like being more creative with any art.
I'm so happy that you said that. I'm so happy that you
Hey,
said that,
thanks.
because not many people realize, I this is all about you, and I don't want to, blabble on
Oh,
too much, but
we're talking.
people all don't realize that a lot of times, if you have another form of creativity, that it all works hand in hand. Like,
Sure,
I
yeah.
talk about the fact that my first love was music, making music, writing music. And
Awesome.
so being able to expand my creativity through makeup artistry was a gift. It was a blessing. People don't realize sometimes that when you're a creative, anything creative can kind of expand
Yeah.
your makeup
Oh,
artistry or whatever creative outlet that you have. So
yeah. It all
I
spills up. That's for sure.
exactly. I love that.
An artist, you're born an artist, and there's all different facets, even cooking, like cooking, singing, dancing, like it's all there.
Right.
They're all gifts. They're all beautiful gifts.
I love that. I love that, Haley. So what are some goals that, you have? Because, you even just talked about the fact that you like to be able to tap into your creativity sometimes, or you would like the opportunity to do that. What goals do you see yourself having for the future, both personal? You kind of just touched on it, with being able to
Yeah.
tap into yourself creatively even more to a bigger extent. But what are some goals that you see for yourself and Haley Litzinger Beauty?
First goal, be a good mom. I love my kids. They're just my world. So, trying to help them to be creative is a huge goal. Another goal is for me to paint more. I used to do a ton of painting. Used to, I just mean like 2 years ago or something. So
Right.
it's pretty fairly recent. And I had a studio at my old house before we moved, and I really felt like it just makes you enter into a world, being able to paint. So being able to enter into that world more often. And, you know, some people say it's meditation. Other people say it's quiet time. I like to say it's quiet time, but it's creative time. And it's the same. And it's like where you can completely focus and connect with God and let him kind of pour into you and like just create things, you know? It comes in, it goes out, and to have that feeling is really my goal, because you can lose touch with that with all the distractions. It's like world full of distractions. And my goal is to get to that more often and like quickly, because right now I'm not there. Right now I'm busy with
okay.
Even if they're good distractions, you know, yeah. So with makeup, I think my goal is to just keep it up, offer more services, more exciting, fun services. I'll tell you about one of the services because I think it's fun, because it is one of my goals.
Absolutely.
So I got to do this 2 times where we did wig night. So I had either like bachelorette parties. I just went over to a friend's house and she invited some friends over, and we had wine, and I brought over wigs, and some of them brought their own wigs. So what I'd like is for just have an all-inclusive package. You bring your wig or I'll bring one for you, and it's just a little extra charge. And then we'll do quick, like 20-minute makeup on everybody. So you get to go out on the town and be a different person for the night.
Oh, that is
super fun.
And great idea for bachelorette parties too.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun.
Oh,
there are these women, they're like 50, 60, 70, and it's like they've never experienced feeling like something else or someone else, because you know, they're like, oh, I'd never put a purple wig on. And it's like, you are tonight. And then we put it on, wild makeup, completely different person, and it just gives you this like lively feel. So I want to get into more creative, exciting things like that.
That's awesome. And we're going to try to find a little time at the end of our interview so that everyone could know how to book with you too. We're all excited to see what more you have to come, and, you know, your goals and what more that you want to tap into, and these wonderful services that you're planning on adding to your catalog. Like I said, you know, there are fellow beauty artists, viewers, and young women watching. What advice would you give to someone who may be watching this and thinking of getting into the beauty industry themselves?
Know that it's okay to be intimidated, and know that it's okay to feel really unsure if you're not really, you know, as experienced. So just get in there, start working at a place that gives you lots of experience with clients. So I'd say that would be it. Put time in, even if the pay's not great, just to get your experience for a short period of time. So also one of the number one things, listen to your clients. You know, there's a tendency for a client to say, well, what's the best mascara? And then you're like, oh, I like this, I like this, I like that. This is my favorite. That's my favorite. And it's like, well, what are your goals? Like, what do you want it to do? What kind of mascara? Do you want it to be thick? Do you want it to be thin? Do you want it to stay all day? Like, listen to your clients so that you can be a better makeup artist.
Yes.
Because they don't all want to look like Kim Kardashian, or, you know, a lot of them are like, I just want to look a little natural, a little bit more glamorous myself, you know, and it's
right.
That's the reality.
Yes. I completely agree. I love that. Especially when you said to listen and get your foot in the door, get out there. Don't just wait and stand still and stall. If you want to do something, go after it. Yeah. So I love that message. Now we're almost done. We have one more segment. It's called No Shade, All Shine, which is a rapid Q&A to give our viewers a little connection with you. So are you ready for No Shade, All Shine?
Yeah, let me grab my ingredients here. So I have a favorite thing I'm holding. So
Oh, I love that. Props. See, this
I'm
is
trying.
stepping up. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is one cosmetic product that you can't leave the house without?
Self tanner. We all want what we don't have all the time. You want curly hair, you want straight hair, but vice versa. So I want my skin to be more tan a lot of the time, self tanner. And then
Okay.
like the Too Faced Soleil bronzer in medium matte. I love it.
I love it too. That's an awesome. Too Faced has great bronzer.
They're so good. And I know you said it's rapid, but this is my favorite skincare product. I don't care what skin type you have. This is can you see it? This is the Josie Marin Pink Algae. It's a vegan retinol, so it gives you all the anti-aging without without turning into an alligator and peeling. Awesome.
See, that's why I love to do this, because you guys always teach me new stuff. Like I didn't even know about that product. That's awesome.
And then one of my favorite things for my kit is just getting various shades of the NWAX Shine Loud and mixing them together and finding your custom color. It does not move. I'll put it on my hand.
Love Nick
you love it
here.
You like that?
We love
does not
Nick.
move. Yeah.
Yes, staple in your kit. I don't care how cheap, how expensive. I don't care. Staple. Love it.
It's awesome. They've got such great products.
They do, and it's just the truth. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
So I loved that. So what's one dream celebrity that you would love to work on or work with?
Oh man. I'm a big personality person. Amy Schumer, probably. Okay. I love Amy Schumer. Dolly Parton. Just somebody who'd be like entertaining and exciting and fun to talk to. Because I don't really care. I mean, like, there's a lot of beautiful women all over the place, celebrity or not, that I can do their makeup.
Dolly's legendary. So I mean, that would just be like,
even though she'd be like, "You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong."
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But still, it would be a great experience. One place in the world that you would love to travel to, it could be for business.
I love Bali. I mean, I could do a photo shoot on the beach or something, some natural, beautiful, like golden goddess, mocha goddess. Like, it'd be awesome.
Haley, you're my kind of girl.
Hey, thanks.
I love that. I love that vision too. That's what a makeup artist has to have, that vision, especially with working with photographers. So I love that. You could see your experience in the industry. What beauty service do you get done that is like therapy for you?
I don't get that many things done. I love facials. It's been a while though. I love massages. That's the one I do the most. I just had a foot massage, and that's going to be number one over a regular massage. It's so nice.
I love that.
So I'm going to change it to foot massage.
Okay. I love that. Would you rather treat yourself to a new pair of shoes or a new bag?
I'm such a nerd. I would either say a fanny pack or hiking shoes, because that's really who I am. I don't ever actually wear black or look like a makeup artist. I look like a hippie in my other life. So I'm going to say hiking shoes. Hiking shoes.
Wow. That's interesting. Do you like to hike?
I love hiking. Yeah, it's my favorite exercise. I'm not an exerciser. I like hiking though.
Okay, you wouldn't expect, a woman to say that. It's always like these name brand, high luxury, high end stuff, and
I wish I was a little more in tune. I'm not as in tune as. Don't ask me about that, because
no, I love that. I think that's so down to earth and cool. I love that.
Hey, thanks.
What's one quote that you'd like to share with our Stain Babes today to remind them how beautiful they are?
So I came up with one.
That's better. That's even better.
You gotta wait till you hear it. So hopefully it's better, but I don't know. You're like, that was terrible. So one quote, so it would be, if you're struggling to feel beautiful at any moment, speak to yourself with love, like you would your daughter if she had the same struggle.
Wow.
You forget to be kind to yourself, and it's like the moment you knew that a daughter would feel ugly or at any place on their body or face, it would be like, how could you? You are so beautiful, and you're a daughter, so you're a mother, and the world thinks the same of you.
I love that, Haley, because no matter who we all have our days. We know as women that we all have our days where we don't feel at our best. And
Oh, totally.
sometimes because somebody else is not in our head, they're not going to know. They're not going to know, okay, this is the day that I need to make this person feel beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have to have it within ourselves to look at ourselves and say, you're beautiful,
Yeah.
So I love that. Tell yourself that you're beautiful. I love that. Absolutely love that. So how, if anybody, wants to inquire about your services, because you do have a lot of different cool and funky services, how would someone book with you?
So Instagram at Haley Litzinger Beauty.
Okay.
Haley, HALEY LITZINGER at beauty. So that would probably be good, or Facebook. I mean, just type my name in. That's why I kept Litzinger, because Haley Adams would be all over the place.
Right. Well, that's awesome. So you hear that. If you ever want to book a makeup service with Haley, just look her up on your Instagram and you can find her and contact her. So that's great. Haley, it was so nice talking to you today.
It was great to talk to you too. It's just so natural, and I appreciate that.
Oh, of course. We keep it real over here, okay? We keep it real, 100% real. No gimmicks.
Definitely not.
Absolutely. It was so nice getting to know you and getting to know the person, behind the name and the Instagram and all the beautiful faces that you create.
Hey, thanks.
I would love to be able to connect with you one day and even learn some of your skills being in the industry for so long.
I would love it.
Yes, I'm sure I could learn a lot from you.
And I from you, for sure.